to say thank you very much to two people that sent me wonderful, wonderful things for Christmas and New Year. Thank you, Caitlin Moon. It was a wonderful surprise. And also thank you to Kenya as well. So thank you, ladies, for thinking of me at this time. It was really appreciated. Now, I'm going to read from this book, The Cosmic Power Within You, and it's from Joseph Murphy. Now, he talks about the two thieves, and it goes like this. Did you ever stop to think if you are planning something in the future, you are planning it now? If you are fearful of something in the future, you are fearing it now. If you are thinking of the past, you are thinking of it now. The only thing you have to change is your present thought. You are aware of your present thought, and all that you can realize is the outer manifestation of your habitual thinking at the present moment. The past and the future are two thieves. If you are indulging in remorse, self-criticism over the past mistakes and hurts, the mental agony you experience is the pain of your present thought. If you are worried about the future, you are robbing and stealing from yourself joy, health, and happiness. Count your blessings now and get rid of the two thieves. To think of a happy and joyful episode in the past is a present joy. Remember, the results of past events, good or bad, are but the representatives of your present thinking. Direct your present thought into the right channels and throne your mind peace, harmony, joy, love, prosperity, and goodwill. Dwell consciously and frequently on these concepts and claim them and forget all other things. So, food for thought. Thank you, Joseph Murphy. So I'm going to open up the questions. If anybody has any questions, I'm going to be on here, everyone. Good to see you all. And I'm going to, where is the little chatty thing? Happy New Year to you all, everyone. And I hope that you have had a wonderful start to this new year. And I hope that you are now putting anyone and that you are now starting to put these, oh, something happened there. Going to stop it coming in the future if it's truly meant for you. Okay, let me read that again, Nisha. Is letting go of a person and deciding you don't in the future if it's truly meant for you? Well, it's a focus-based universe, Nisha. So what you are putting your focus on is what comes to you, as in what you put the focus on with the most feeling and the most emotions. If you are deciding to let go of someone and you don't want it, then yeah, your focus isn't going to be on that. So it can't really come to you if you're not interested in that coming to you. So this meant to be business. I have already done, Nisha, quite a few YouTubes. I'll put the links down below for you when this uploads about meant to be, okay, or meant for you. It can be negative, but it depends on what you are feeling at that time, okay? So ask yourself, am I putting any energy into this anymore? And the energy, as in through thought, through emotion, then brings us in time, at the appointed time, results, okay? Now, if you want it, you've done it for 2 years, you let it go. Understandable, because things happened. So I think there are times where you really have to surrender and let a desire go, as in you hand it over to God, you hand it over to Source, is your preference, and you say, this is in your hands now. Now, sometimes it happens and sometimes it may take a little while. We don't know when that appointed time is. And that's where we see that we don't have control. Okay, we can influence, we can do our work on ourselves, we can do our radiating love to our desire, and then there comes a point where you let go. You say, I can't do anymore. And there are times where you don't want to do any more imagining, you don't want to do any more techniques. That's how it is. So it's really letting things hatch when the timing is right. And when that is where we see that how it's going to happen, when's it going to happen, is not in our control. It's just not. And it's making peace with that. It's having some humility about that. And it's really letting go and saying, you know what? I've done what I can. I've swept my side of the street. I've done the best I can. And it's now time to put it in the little basket and send it, up to where manifestations occur. And then, this is the lesson of letting go of control. We don't have control, we just don't. And that's a humbling experience for all of us, especially when we get into law of attraction and manifesting, because unfortunately, I do see that it's like you can do or be or have anything you want. I would say, there are times where you can't, as in when you think you should get it. There are times where this is a humbling experience, and we do experience suffering and pain because we haven't received what we thought we should receive at the time we should receive it. But law of attraction is a law. And the law of assumption is a law, and the law of projection are laws, and the laws work, and they also come when the timing is right. And when that is, it could be next week. It could be in 6 months. It could be in a year and a half. I mean, I've got some success story books, and there was one desire that took someone 10 years to manifest. They wanted a particular house, and that took time for them. They didn't let go of the desire, but it didn't happen within that time that they would have liked it to. So, and I'm not saying that that's going to happen for you. It could be you've done 2 years and it could happen within the next month. But this is where we have to yield to source and have that humility to say, you know what, I'm going to let this go now, and I've done enough. Okay? Chris, hi Agnes. How do I deal with a situation in which my partner recently had some not mental health, sorry darling, my glasses are clean, had some health problems and said they need space. Should I just live in the end and radiate out love? Or, okay, good question, Chris. When people have got issues themselves and they ask for some space, you give it to them. That's the love that they want at that time, is they want space. But you can still love from a distance. So I think radiating love out to them. There is meditation on my channel. It's meditation to help a loved one. So if you want to do that meditation, radiate love out to them and hold them in your heart, as in they are healthy, if that's what you know they're experiencing. In this case, you've said that you know they're having health issues. So it's saying that they're healthy. I love how they're healthy. I love how they're healthy. I love that I see them with rosy cheeks. I love that I can see that, little twinkle in their eye again. I love how they're feeling better and better as the days go by. I love how the health condition is something of the past. So you can assist from afar. You can assist from afar, but also you've got to work on feeling loved regardless of whether they want you around temporarily or not, that is not something that you stop doing, because it's like you can feel loved irregardless of them, okay? You can feel good irregardless of how they are. Now, obviously, you get affected by how good they feel about you or not. That you're human, you're going to be affected, like, oh, I'd like to see them and I can't, they've asked for space. Now, on certain days that might affect you, And that's all right. You just say, okay, I am feeling affected. I need to go and work on my self-love. I need to go and work on feeling good within. What do I need to do for myself in the meantime? And you say, this isn't personal. It's them going through an issue, and I'm going to give them the space for them to heal and love themselves and bring their self-love back up through working on their health issues. So let's see who else is popping up. I've missed a few people, so just pop them back up again and then I can answer you. Okay, Miss Hill. How can I finally meet a guy with mutual attraction and everything else I want in a guy? Seems like I meet guys I'm not attracted to, but have other qualities. Okay. Well, if you want to meet someone with mutual attraction, then you have to, and everything else that you want, you've got to become a match to that. So I would sit down, Miss Hill, and write down what you're going to offer in a relationship. What character traits, what have I got to give? Have I got a lifestyle where I take care of myself? Have I got a calm disposition? Am I at peace? Have I got good hobbies, friends? Have I got good relationships with my family? Have I got a wonderful job that I enjoy? Have I cleared my debts? Have I got my body in a good shape? Have I lost weight? Not saying you have to be perfect, but am I moving towards the things that I want in my personal life? So therefore, I'm in the best possible mental and emotional state to be able to attract that which I seek. So it's not so much, I think, about looking at all the qualities in someone else so much. I mean, that is good to a degree, but I think we have to look at what we're going to give to a relationship rather than what we want from it. I think that's been really helpful for me in my relationship, because I think so many of us write these lists and we look at the qualities of what you want, which we need to do be in the beginning. But then there comes a point where you go, okay, what can I give to a relationship? What have I got to offer a relationship? And that looking what I can give to something rather than what I want from something, I think is a really good next step if you're not meeting people with mutual attraction. Now, you might have the belief too, Miss Hill. Ask yourself if you've got this belief. The person I want isn't attracted to me, or the men I don't want are attracted to me. Because if you've got this thing that I meet guys I'm not attracted to, then that has become an experience. So you've got to look at your beliefs. The men I want don't want me, or the men I don't want me. Have a look and see if you've got those beliefs there, and then you can iron them out. The men I want me too, you know, and change that belief. Or relationships are hard, or my relationships are hard, or my relationships don't work. Have you got any of those beliefs? So changing that is possible, but you've got to identify what they are and then correct them. Self-love is half of the nut. The other half is looking at what you project out onto men, in your case. Okay? Now, Essen, is it possible to manifest multiple things at the same time? Yes, I am manifesting a specific person at the moment, but I'm currently not so happy about my current location and job, and that is affecting my stability. Yes, Essen, you can. You can. I would probably do it as a script. Okay, scripts are the easiest way, I think, when you have multiple desires, because if you're trying to do multiple imaginal scenes, it gets a little bit overwhelming for a lot of people. So I would look at a little script with a few different paragraphs. A paragraph about your current location, where you'd like to be, as in now, not where you are, but where you'd like to be. Where you would like to work, perhaps. You might have ideas about that. write down as clear as you can, especially the things you don't like about your current job. That will give you the real examples of where you want to flip it, such as if you don't like the industry you're in, then you might have an idea of other industries you'd like to go into. If you don't like your boss and you don't like the hours you have to work, then that will help you to look at and get clear about what you would like to do, how many hours you would like to work, and perhaps people that are more your flock, as in they're more like-minded. You might be working in a busy office and you go, oh my God, I just want to work where it's quiet. I'd rather work from home. So make those really specific distinctions in your script and write. Then the third one, your SP, okay? So if you're manifesting you're a specific person at the moment, then write down the things you love about them. Write down the things you really enjoy doing together, even if you're not doing them currently. I love that we go out for coffee. I love that we go for a run in the morning together. I love that we cook together. I love that we so enjoy similar things. I love that we do separate things and then we come together so the relationship keeps that fresh energy. Okay, so you just write it. And then you write it once and then you read it to yourself once or twice before you go to bed. Okay? So that's nice and tight. It's a living in the end exercise and it's an easy one to do. Okay? Hope that helps. It's good to talk about manifesting. It's good to break down the mechanics of how all of this works, doesn't work. Okay, silly scriber, I've got you up again. I am manifesting my dream job. Meanwhile, I got interviewed for another job, which I like in terms of just the job profile. I am manifesting that I got it. Will it mess up my dream job manifestation? Well, not necessarily. I think, you know, when I look back at my work, I was still wanting to work from home, to be free, to travel, and to earn at least 6 figures a year to be able to do that. That was my dream job. Now, at the time, I was working 3 days a week for somebody, no, 4 days a week for somebody, and then someone offered me a job 1 day a week on the day I had off. And on that job for the 1 day, I was able to earn $500 for the day. Now that used to be my weekly salary. So while I was working the 4 days for someone, I started working that 1 day a week for somebody else. It really boosted my income. It boosted my vibe. And I was thinking, yay, I'm starting to move in the direction of what I want, even though I didn't have what I want then. But I thought, this is going to help me travel. This is going to help me save. This is going to help me pay my debts. This is a stepping stone. So no, I don't think it'll mess up your dream job. See it as you're moving towards something and it's getting better and it's getting easier and you're moving towards what you want. Now, once you're in that vibe, the dream job can come in much more easily, you see. So if something appears, know that it can be something that's moving you towards it. It's not necessarily you go from the job you're in straight to the dream job. There might be some transitions along the way, and that's okay, as long as it's feeling better and better as you move towards it. Okay? Okay. 0202. I manifested little thing, SP, not the relationship I dream. How can I fix it? Well, you got to fix you, 0202. It's always an inside job. It's not the dot of where you are within your own self. Okay? Now, having the relationship of your dreams, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a great thing to envisage and think about. But instead of thinking, how can I fix it? You have to ask yourself a different question. If that's in front of me the way that it is, what have I still got to work on within my own self? What do I still have to let go of within my own self? What childhood things do I still need to clear up within my own self so that I can be free to enjoy the relationship that I would really like, you see. So that's how you fix the relationship. You fix you, you correct you. And ask yourself, do I look at the relationship as something to give to or something to get from? Is the relationship something that I'm still looking for love from? Now, you don't have to answer anybody those questions except for yourself, but it will give you a good indication on some things to work on. Okay? So it's doable. I mean, I've got the relationship of my dreams. My relationship gets better and better all the time, even after 10 years. Why? Because I've cleared more stuff within me. I've seen where I still, my self-love might still need some work. I'll still look at him as everyone has me pushed out and go, if this is going on within us, what do I need to change? How do I need to correct my thinking about myself, about my childhood things that I might still need to work on, about my projections onto this person? And as soon as I have thoughts such as, why isn't he? I've got my ladder up the wrong wall. If I'm looking at him and why isn't he, or why hasn't he, or why can't he, I know my line of thinking is wrong for getting where I want to go. So I go, okay, if that's in front of me, what do I need to work on? What do I need to change so that my relationship becomes the relationship of my dreams? My relationship is my greatest mirror. Okay? Good question. Catherine, I want to win a car. I have put tickets into the raffle. Any tips? Live in the end, get inside the car, drive it, as in mentally in imagination. Get into your current car if you have one, If you don't, then you can do it in imagination. But get into the car, hold the steering wheel, draw the symbol of what kind of car it is. Have a look at the car playlist on my channel, Catherine, because I've manifested a few really great cars, and I never had good cars when I was younger, and I did specific, what I'm talking to you about now, about smelling the leather, looking out the windscreen from inside the driver's seat, opening up the boot or the trunk, depending on where you live, looking inside. I mean, you can go on YouTube and actually get full reviews of the cars that you want, and someone will take you through exactly all the features, and that's really, really good to do, because the features will connect you more with the car that you want to win, you see. And say to yourself, how would I feel right now if I knew I'd won that car? Oh, wow, excited. So you got to access that emotion. Let me know how you go when you win it. We'll do an interview. Oh, okay. So, magical state of receiving. You have asked, if I don't feel something or if I am not consciously aware of it, can it still be operating in my subconscious mind and affect the law of attraction? Okay, I'm going to read that again. If I don't feel something, or if I'm not consciously aware of it, can it still be operating in my subconscious mind and affecting the law of attraction? Yes. And I would say that in particular with, let's say, for example, in relationships, if you don't feel something or think about something or be consciously aware of something, you could still have lurking in the background, say, abandonment from childhood, and then it is there, and then it's affecting what you project out and what the law of attraction brings back. So I would use that one as an example, because many people have that, whether it's subconscious or conscious, it can be either, but it is lurking in there because the past is still alive in you, especially as we see it projected out onto relationships. So if you I can't really help you much more without knowing a bit more detail, because this is just, you know, I don't have an example to work with. So if you can give me a better example, that would help. Hello, Kristen F. Just saw your little message pop up. So yeah, majestic butterfly, you made it on a live. Good stuff. What country are you in? I was trying to do it later UK time today, so that those of you in Canada, US, Australia is going to start waking up. Asia is going to start waking up. So I've done it a bit later. Ava, how do we continually live in the end? Does my scene feels done? My scene feels done, but then I struggle when no movement. So struggle to live in the end, as in act like you have it. You don't have to live continually in the end, Ava. That's just too much. Okay? You do your living in the end, and then you let go and you allow. Now, you said when there's no movement, but the thing is, ask yourself, how long have I actually been doing this? You know, like, how long was I in the negative of not having my desire, and how long have I been actually working on living in the end? So when you say there's no movement, my question to you is, how long have you been doing it? That would be my question to you. Now, acting like you have it, you do your living in the end, then you get on with your day. You're not sort of standing over the plant waiting for it to grow. Okay, so living continually in the end, what you do is you get on with your day, you enjoy going to work, you enjoy cooking, you enjoy eating, you enjoy being out with friends, you let it go. Then your nighttime meditation, you go, okay, let me do some more living in the end. Let me do some more imagining. And then you go to sleep and you let it go. You get up in the morning and you go, oh, let me do some living in the end while I'm standing in the shower. I'm going to live in the end that I have what I want. Oh, it feels so good to have a shower knowing that I have it. That feels great. Thank you in advance. I'm going to celebrate. And then again, you let it go. So it's not continual. Okay? Otherwise, you're going to put way too much pressure on yourself and it's going to exhaust you, because it is exhausting. Okay. Simona. Sometimes I have doubts about my SP could be the right one. The day after I believe he is the one, I try and live in the end. Well, I don't know. Do you have to go into he's the one? I mean, I think it's just letting all that pressure go. If you've got an SP, Simona, no problem. Just practice being in a state of love and radiating love. Let go of he's the right one, he is the one. Honestly, you drive yourself nuts. Oh, is he my soulmate? Is he my twin flame? Is he my this? Is he my that? Your SP is one of your greatest teachers of all time. They will show you the things about yourself you need to work on. Be grateful for that. Say thank you. And say, I'm going to learn what I need to learn. I'm going to let go of what I need to let go of. I'm going to rise above the stuff. And when it does come up, I'm going to let it go. How? Ho'oponopono, inner child work, and learning to work on your self-love as much as you can during the day. And that might be setting boundaries with someone. That might be having a sleep because you're tired. That might be, you know, I'm not going to eat processed food anymore because I'm having issues with my health. I don't want to be that person. So make good choices along the way. Live in the end at night. You might do your living in the end in the morning. But let go of trying to work all this stuff out. Is this person the right one? Is he the one? Use the person in front of you. Not use as in I'm using them, but use them to develop yourself and get better at loving yourself. And trust that when you work on yourself, once you're in a state of radiating love, the person in front of you is the best relationship, because you attract from where you're at. So the better the state of love, the better the state of I am love, the better the state of I am loved or lovable, or may divine love be made alive in me, the better that state. So Live in the end sometimes, Simone, but let it go the rest of the day and just say, you know what? I'm just going to trust. We don't trust ourselves, we don't trust source, and we don't trust life. This is a big thing for a lot of us, and I get it. Little hearts back at you, Simona. Yeah, it's a big subject. It's a big subject. I get it, you know. Okay. Angel Amanda. How to heal from childhood traumas and toxic work environments. How do you get rid of fear and negative overthinking? Depending on what the childhood trauma was, I would seek perhaps someone that's specialist in that and do some work with them. If it's not super severe trauma, I would work with inner child meditation, Ho'oponopono. I would look at the work of Brandon Bays, Bays. She does some fantastic work with the emotional journey and the physical journey to be able to release stuff that's in the body that you're still hanging on to, that is then impacting and causing issues in relationships today. I would do that as well. Brandon Bays has got her own YouTube channel, and she's also got her own website, so you can find out some work with her if you have got, you know, some just heavier duty childhood traumas. Have a look at her work and then go, okay, and then go and get some one-on-one professional help. Okay, so, and then what you can do is also, when you do your own inner child meditation, you do your own clearing, spend some time going back to the inner child and allowing the inner child to release some emotion, the meditation. There's Dr. Hugh Len's got an inner child meditation. I've got one on my channel. I'm sure there's other people that do it. But there is that, at least you can do for yourself for free with those on the channel and on YouTube. Okay? Now, I'm going to go and have some dinner. Okay. Canwal, you said, hi Agnes, how do I change my parents to accepting of my SP? Well, you're not changing your parents, Canwal, you're changing yourself in a few different ways. Firstly, you can imagine people being different. You can do some imaginal scenes, some living in the end, but also, you know, and okay, let me try and explain this. There comes a point in life where you've got to do what you want to do and not be trying to expect everybody to think the way that you do on certain things, okay? So allowing people to believe and think what they want, and still you doing what you need to do for yourself. So letting go of, I need to have everybody agreeing and accepting everything that I do. Part of being an adult is saying, you know what, I'm doing this. If you don't like it, so be it. And being okay with that. You know, not everyone is going to like everything that we do. And as you get older, you become more at peace with that. It's what I think of me that's more important than what you think of me, or what you think about my partner, or what you think about my job, or what you think about my clothes, or what you think about, you know, there comes a point where you accept how people are. You can still do the living in the end if you want, but, you know, sometimes it's having boundaries and saying, you know what, if you don't like this person, I'm still going to do what I want to do. And if they don't like it, you learn to accept that. So, two forks in the road, you can imagine them the way you want them to be, and or You start to rise up and say, I don't need people's approval, even my parents. Okay? So, nice to see you, everyone. I'm going to go and have something to eat. Really good questions. Good, you know, it's good to do this and really get to break down the mechanics of how stuff works. And I know that at the beginning of the year, you know, many of you have got the same things that were going on last year coming into 2022. But this is the thing. How do I improve my self-love? How do I improve my boundaries? How do I improve saying what I need to say to certain people? And that I really live a life of freedom, a life of being okay with my choices, whether people around me like it or not. I think that is definitely a theme that I've been seeing working with people this year. It's getting to the point where we live our lives and we choose freedom and we choose to do the things we want to do and not be going into 2022 with people pleasing, because this is a big thing. And it's not, I see it around the world. Okay, so something to think about. My pleasure, silly scriber. My pleasure. Lots of love, everyone. And yeah, I'll see you as always in the next YouTube. And if you've got anything that you would like me to do this year, certain subjects, put it down in the comments. I've always got a running list, but you know, I always will look at what people write in about, and sometimes many of you are asking for the same thing. So feel free to drop it down in the not in the description, in the thread of this YouTube, because this will go up pretty quick. All right? Lots of love, everyone. And I will see you soon.